You guys paying attention? There are some crazy allegations going on out there about Tim Walz. And again, these are just allegations, and anything that I say outside of reading somebody else's information here is my own personal opinion. So let's go. So here's a post by the Black Insurrectionist, and he's on X. You can go check him out. He has posted right on Tim Walt's page here. Okay, Tim, I guess now would be a good time to drop my October surprise. You remember him, right? The real reason you walked away from teaching? The kid who spent the night at your home? The one you went to the gay bar with? The reason the school board had a meeting about you? Okay, so supposedly in 1995, and I'm going to pull up my stuff here. In 1995, Tim Walz was let go for some kind of scandal. We don't really know all the details yet, but what it looks like, and here I'll read to you. This was at Alliance High School, and this is in 1995, and supposedly Tim Walz worked there, and that was his final year. And it's crazy because they named the yearbook "If These Walls Could Talk." Kind of creepy, but whatever. So going on, let's see, this is just yesterday. Black Insurrectionist, this is what he says. When I received a tip back in August claiming Tim Walz had an inappropriate relationship with a minor, I was very skeptical. I get dozens of tips, DMs per day. In fact, I did not act on the tips for days. I also knew that Harris and Walz would deny the allegations. However, the tipster gave me specific details. Okay, so I sent an email to the Harris campaign and the VP account. Why the VP account? Because that account is required by law to keep the emails in accordance with the presidential records. So I sent an email only a couple days after Walz was announced asking the Harris campaign about Tim Walz taking a trip with a minor to an Indigo Girls concert. Okay, I did not expect Gwen Walz to make a comment to a reporter about it in an unrelated story shortly thereafter. It seemed as though they were trying to get out in front of the story. I also sent an email to all of the above accounts days after Tim Walz was announced that the specific source had told me that Gwen Walz did not have her children via IVF. Now, I'm not sure what that means, but anyway. This was weeks, perhaps months ahead of the mainstream media. I contacted the schools in Nebraska and Minnesota. While I must confess, the Minnesota school did comment to me and tell me that Tim Walz was an upstanding teacher and citizen. The school in Nebraska, Alliance, refused to comment to the story at all. Okay. However, one part of the tipster story did not make sense to me. The date of the Indigo Girls concert. The tipster claimed it was 1995, but I could not find anything corresponding to that date. Well, the tipster told the truth. There was a concert in 1995, and the tipster claimed that Walz got a DUI months after the concert. The dates of my emails to the Harris campaign and the VP account are weeks, months ahead of the mainstream media story about the specific details given by the tipster. If I'm not being truthful, the Harris campaign can crush my story. However, I videotaped my emails with dates and the fact that the submissions were received in accordance with the Presidential Records Act will serve as a timestamp. I indeed put them on notice, and I did indeed have details that nobody else in the country had at those specific periods of time. I also documented my numerous phone calls. Tim Walz supposedly lied about almost every detail of his life. Him and his wife have been getting a pass from the mainstream media. Yesterday, I received numerous threats. In fact, some were scary, as some of the accounts were brand new accounts and had my personal information. In my investigation, I also emailed all the major outlets while my investigation was in progress. I have every single receipt. I also made a cryptid post on my timeline weeks ago when I asked my followers if they would ever allow their kids to spend a night at a teacher's house and go to a concert with a teacher. This post was made before the admission of Walz that he did indeed take a student to a concert. What's he doing taking a student to a concert? Furthermore, this was done years before he became an advocate for gay and transgender people. These allegations are serious, and I waited months to release, not because I was looking to hijack the election. My emails to the Harris campaign and the VP account will prove I had put them on notice in August of these allegations. I waited on this story because of how difficult these allegations are to prove, and I wanted to give Tim Walz every opportunity imaginable to explain the details. I have also found out that there were other journalists who had parts of the story but did not print it or withheld the information. It is my plan to release the story tomorrow. Okay. I have gone out of my way to give Harris and Walz the opportunity to flat out deny the allegations, but they have really done the opposite. In fact, in statements to various articles, they have confirmed much of the story. Hold on. Ooh, go ahead. Sorry about that. They have confirmed much of the story. It says, I have gone out of my way. Oh, wait. Back the statement. Okay. They have confirmed much of the story. The only allegations about the tipster story I cannot prove is if Walz did indeed have a actual relationship with a minor. That is Walz versus the tipster, but every aspect of the tipster story turned out to be true, including Walz being fired from his football job in Nebraska and the fact that Walz had brought a student to a concert, an Indigo Girls concert. The timestamp preserved emails will show the details of Tim Walz not previously known were known by the tipster, but I would like to make one last point. It is clear that there is pedo problem with not only Hollywood, but in Washington as well. I guarantee it is not just the Dems either. Oh my gosh, guys, this is crazy. If these allegations are true, I mean, we already see Hollywood is just crumbling down, and all these actual issues in Hollywood and satanic rituals and things are all coming out. But guys, we already know how we feel about the current Democratic administration, and it's just not looking good. I mean, this is not looking good. So follow this guy. I know I'm going to, because I can't wait to see what other details he has about this supposed allegations with Tim Walz and a student. And according to the news now, they're calling him Touchdown Timmy. I don't know. God help us all.